What's going on, Jerome's Minnesota Vikings are enjoying a 5-0 start and a potentially very, very fun and special season, but the draft waits for no one. And the Vikings were able to salvage their first-round pick after the myriad of moves to get J.J. McCarthy and Diamond Dallas Turner. And, of course, we know that Kwesi loves the draft, and one of the positions of need potentially for the Vikings in the 2025 draft, pending on free agency, is defensive tackle. We have the meats. Need to be back there, right? Our guy Jordan Reid over at ESPN did up his latest 2025 NFL mock draft, and the Vikings, at number 32 overall, take Derrick Harmon, defensive tackle from Oregon / Michigan State, and I just love this, and hopefully the Vikings do land Derrick Harmon because I will drive this joke into the ground. What do you see here? Derrick Harmon. So here's the write-up from Jordan. Vikings at number 32 overall. See what you did there. Derrick Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon. The Michigan State transfer has quickly become arguably Oregon's best defensive player. With a quick first step, Harmon has been able to consistently penetrate the first level, picking up 3 sacks this season. His strong hands help him stack and shed blocks in the middle as a run defender, but he must do a better job finishing plays. The Vikings defense has been excellent this season, but it probably still needs long-term depth at defensive tackle. Harmon's explosion would work well in Brian Flores' attacking unit. Team needs for the Vikings: D-tackle, cornerback, interior offensive line. Now, all of these needs are obviously going to shift because the Vikings will determine their in-house free agents as well as open free agency, where the Vikings have $76 million in projected cap space. So, but either way, I feel like you can't have enough dudes who can get the quarterback and also just size along the defensive line, because we're back. Because you've noticed a shift. Because more teams are running the ball, and more teams are all about being stout in the middle. It went away from that for a while, but now we are so back. We're so back, baby. And Derrick Harmon, he's 22 years young, 6'5", 310, former 3-star recruit from Detroit. Spent his first 3 seasons in East Lansing with the Spartans, and then transferred to Oregon, took his talents to Eugene. Now, he was never teammates with Taki Taimi. Taki was at Oregon over the last 2 seasons, but Harmon decided to transfer in spring ball. This season, he's got 3 sacks, 22 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 28 pressures, an astounding 20.4% pressure rate for a defensive tackle. That's amazing. So 1 time in 5, like he is wrecking havoc on the quarterback. Love to see that. Also, solid against the run, 80.6 PFF run defense grade, and he brings a lot to the table. And I think that as the rest of this college football season goes along, like, this is a pretty damn solid defensive line class, but I think that Harmon could rise even further than 32. But Harmon has got a powerful anchor, active hands, solid short area quickness as well. Lunch pail run defender, just really gets after it. That's where his bread is buttered, and he's become consistent as a pass rusher. Now, he didn't have the eye-popping stats in terms of sacks at Michigan State, but he was consistently getting pressure. He had 20 pressures in 2023 for the Spartans. But like Jordan said, it's about him learning to close, and I think that he is doing that this year, and he will pop on tape. Like, even before we came across this mock draft, Harmon for Oregon, like in the Ohio State game, he's consistently in the backfield, stopping the run, getting pressure, and he is someone that, if you didn't know who you're watching, like if you're just like watching a stanza, watching a drive of a football game, just like, hey, who's the best player? Derrick Harmon was at Oregon State, which is kind of saying a lot. He did shed some bad weight over the offseason. He did play about 330 at Michigan State, down to about 310, but does have position scheme versatility. His best position is probably 3 tech and then a passing down nose tackle, but he could play 3-4, 4-3, 5 tech, 4 tech, 3 tech, all the techs. You basically just plug him in along the defensive line and let him work. And also, like we said, he's a late bloomer, but still rising, and he could work his way into the meat of the first round if he keeps up this trajectory. And also, if you look at the Vikings defensive line, so there's a lot of question marks heading into the offseason, because Tillery and Bullard were back on 1-year deals, even though they've been fantastic. Love the veteran work there. Wouldn't mind having both of them back if the price is right. Jalen Redmond's on the practice squad. He's going to be a free agent. And then Harrison Phillips just signed a 2-year extension, so he's under contract through 2026. And then you got LDR and Takitami on the rookie deals, but adding a player like Harmon, where he's solid against the run, but also can bring it as a pass rusher, I mean, that definitely opens up a lot of versatility there. And Given his size, given his height at 6'5" and 310, like it does give sort of Fletcher Cox type vibes, which certainly would be okay with. And Kwesi is always going to work his magic in the draft. He's probably going to trade down 17 times, but who knows, man? Who knows? But your thoughts are thoughts. ESPN Jordan Reid's latest 2025 NFL mock draft. Vikings go hard in the paint. Derrick Harmon, come on board. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.